used to have a lot of fatigue, meaning that even 40 hours of work a week was too much. I used to sleep a lot. I was always tired, always exhausted, and nothing seemed to deal with that fatigue. And I thought it was normal to be just always tired. And then additionally, I had developed skin inflammation that wasn't going away. So in 2021, I visited a dermatologist who then diagnosed me with lichen planus, which is an autoimmune condition. And then when they did my blood work, because they had to do blood work, everything was deranged. I was anemic, my white blood cells were off, I had very low platelets. So I was referred to a hematologist. They checked my spleen, it was enlarged, hepatitis was negative, everything else was negative except a positive ANA. I was referred to a rheumatologist who diagnosed me with lupus. And then immediately after, my platelets started dropping. They dropped all the way to 28. I did a bone marrow biopsy to check why my platelets were dropping. Nothing was showing, so they did scans. And then they discovered that my liver was small and my spleen was enlarged. I had ascites, water in the stomach. My stomach was enlarged. I had portal hypertension. I had what is called grade 3 varices, and they had to be banded just to avoid bleeding. I continued now managing that, but the symptoms kept getting worse, progressively worse. At some point I developed itching, and then I developed what is called hepatic encephalopathy, where there's a lot of ammonia in your system, and I started having hallucinations. And then now my gastro, at that point, said I needed to have a liver transplant because my liver was decompensated. That's an indication for, of course, getting a transplant. I felt sick throat, and then I felt fatigued. Sometimes I had confusion. My stomach was distended. Because of my skin, I had a lot of cosmetic concerns. My skin was inflamed. Sometimes you could look at my skin and it was purple, easily bruised because of the low platelets. I was weak. Yeah, I couldn't keep food in. Sometimes I was throwing up a lot. I had to be monitored for bleeding, but I still worked the entire that year. I was at work, but it was tough, but I managed. I think I did not understand the implications of the diagnosis until now. I was told I need a transplant. That was hard. I was also very ignorant. I didn't know what a liver transplant entails then. Yeah, until I did my transplant. That's when I discovered, oh, this thing is rough. What I can say is that I witnessed a miracle. People rallied because I had to fundraise. I got a lot of support from family, friends, strangers. I had a friend who used to take me to every appointment. Every lab test, I was accompanied. And I'm grateful for that. Also, when I needed a transplant, my sister offered to donate the liver. She didn't just give me a liver, I think she gave me life. She gave me life. Yes. I'm not sure I was hopeful. I needed to survive. This was about survival. It was a roller coaster. Things were just happening beyond my control. I was in ICU for 9 days and then in the general ward for 8 days. My oxygen was kept dropping, but that was managed. I was on cannula oxygen. I kept throwing up, but that was cleared when they put an NG tube. I had steroid-induced diabetes, which was being managed by diet, and then later I was given medication. I remembered how to walk a day before I was discharged. It's given me a second chance in life. I am grateful. It's not just about survival. You can thrive after transplant. Liver disease is a silent epidemic that has been ignored for a very long time. So there's need to create awareness on liver disease. Go for health checkups every year. Check your liver, because before you get to a transplant, 80% of your liver must be damaged, and that takes a while. It doesn't just happen.